guys, it's Miss Karen, the Young Adult Librarian at the Goshen Public Library, and I'm back with another box of books. Now, it's a very, very small box, and I'm sorry for that. My book distributor has not really been sending books out in big boxes. I'm getting a few here and a few there, so this is a small one. I do have a few other books I'm going to share with you that we're adding that were donations. So I will show you those after we open this box. Let's see what we got in here. I'm waiting on lots and lots of new books, but things are slow right now, so it might be a while. But there's a few in here, so let's see what we got. First one is called The Key to Fear by Kristen Cast. Kristen Cast, I think, and her mom, PC Cast, they write the House of Night books. So if you've read those, this is a new series from her. For 50 years, the Key Corporation has defended humanity against a deadly virus that spreads through touch. Lovers don't kiss or even hold hands. Personal boundaries are valued above all. Break the laws and you'll face execution. Elodie, a young, talented nurse, believes in the mission of the Key and has never questioned the laws that control her life. But Elodie is forced to break the rules when she sets out in search of a terminal patient who goes missing while under her care. From the outside, it seems like Aiden was given everything he could want from the Key, a purpose, an education, and a future. But Aiden knows more than he's letting on, and the dark secrets he's keeping could tear the Key's strict society apart. When Elodie and Aiden's lives collide, the fallout will be devastating. What do you do when the brutal system that has once kept you safe hunts you down? Run. Okay, so The Key to Fear sounds like science fiction, a little bit dystopian. There's probably romance if I had to guess, although I haven't read it, so I can't say that for sure. But yeah, it sounds interesting. Key to Fear by Kristen Cast. Next we have, let's see, Amelia Unabridged by Ashley Schumacher. Interesting cover. Let's see. 18-year-old Amelia Griffin is obsessed with the famous Ormond Chronicles, written by the young and reclusive prodigy N.E. Ensley. They're the books that brought her and her best friend Jenna together after Amelia's father left and her family imploded. So when Amelia and Jenna get the opportunity to attend a book festival with Ensley in attendance, Amelia is ecstatic. It's the perfect way to start their last summer before college. In a heartbeat, everything goes horribly wrong. When Jenna gets a chance to meet the author and Amelia doesn't, the two have a blowout fight like they've never experienced. Before Amelia has a chance to mend things, Jenna is killed in a freak car accident. Grief-stricken and without her best friend to guide her, Amelia questions everything she had planned for the future. When a mysterious deluxe edition of the first book of the Ormond Chronicles arrives, Amelia is convinced that it somehow came from Jenna. Tracking the book to an obscure but enchanting bookstore in Michigan, Amelia is shocked to find herself face-to-face with the enigmatic and handsome N.E. Ensley himself. The reason for Amelia and Jenna's fight, and perhaps the clue to what Jenna wanted to tell her all along. A devastating and beautiful debut, Amelia Unabridged, is about finding hope and strength within yourself, and maybe, just maybe, falling in love while you do it. So, romance, real life, grief, and it sounds like a little bit of a mystery in there. So that's Amelia Unabridged by Ashley Schumacher. And the last book in my box, just 3 in this one, is The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. Okay, let's see. On the back it says, "Are we girls or are we demons? Are we going to die or are we going to survive?" 16-year-old Decca lives in fear and anticipation of the blood ceremony that will determine whether she becomes a member of her village. Already different from everyone else because of her unnatural intuition, Decca prays for red blood so she can finally feel like she belongs. But on the day of the ceremony, her blood runs gold, the color of impurity, and Decca knows she will face a consequence worse than death. Then a mysterious woman comes to her with a choice: stay in the village and submit to her fate, or leave to fight for the emperor in an army of girls just like her. They are called Alaki, near immortals with rare gifts, and they are the only ones who can stop the Empire's greatest threat. Knowing the dangers that lie ahead, yet yearning for acceptance, Decca decides to leave the only life she's ever known. But as she journeys to the capital to train for the biggest battle of her life, she discovers that the Great Walled City holds many surprises. Nothing and no one are quite what they seem to be, not even Decca herself. In this bold and immersive fantasy, a young heroine fights to save a world that would dare to tame her and discovers that she is her own fiercest weapon. So, fantasy, adventure, sounds pretty exciting. Definitely one to check out. The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. So that's all I have in my box. But I do have a few donations that came to us last week that I'm planning to add to the collection. So I will tell you about those. This first one is called A River of Royal Blood, and it's by Amanda Joy. 16-year-old Eva is a princess, born with the magic of blood and marrow, a dark and terrible magic that hasn't been seen for generations in the vibrant but fractured country of Mire. Its last known practitioner was Queen Rhaena, who toppled the native Chimere royalty and massacred thousands, including her own sister, 5 generations ago, thus beginning the rival heir tradition. Living in Rhaena's long and dark shadow, Eva must now face her older sister Aisa on the 17th name day in a battle to the death if she hopes to ascend to the ivory throne. Because the queendom of Mire, only the strongest, most ruthless ruler survives. But when Eva is attacked by an assassin just weeks before her name day, she discovers it isn't just her sister who wants to see her dead. Eva is forced to turn to a powerful Fae instructor and mysterious and handsome Chimere prince for help in growing her magic into something to fear. Because despite the love she still has for her sister, Eva will have to choose Aisa's death or her own. An enthralling adventure set in a lush North African-inspired fantasy world, A River of Royal Blood heralds the arrival of an exciting new voice in YA. So this is fantasy. Sounds like a really interesting world to check out. A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. Okay, and the next one is called Oasis, and it is by Katya de Becara, maybe? I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. Let's see. Alif had exciting summer plans, working on her father's archaeological dig site in the desert with 4 close friends and a very cute research assistant. Then the sandstorm hit. With their camp wiped away, Alif and the others find themselves lost in the sand, seemingly doomed until they discover the Oasis. It has everything they need: food, water, shade, and mysterious ruins that hide a deadly secret. As reality begins to shift around them, they question what's real and what's a mirage. The answers turn Alif and her friends against one another, and they begin to wonder if they've truly been saved. And while it was easy to walk into the Oasis, it may be impossible to leave. This supernatural thriller hides a mystery in plain sight and will keep you guessing right up to the terrifying conclusion. So, this sounds like an exciting fantasy, adventure, mystery, all wrapped up into one. So that's Oasis. And the last book is called The Blossom and the Firefly, and it's by Sherry L. Smith. And I believe this one's historical fiction. Japan, 1945. Taro is a talented violinist and a kamikaze pilot in the days before his first and only mission. He believes he is ready to die for his country until he meets Hannah. Hannah hasn't been the same since the day she was buried alive in a collapsed trench during a bomb raid. She wonders if it would have been better to have died that day, until she meets Taro. A song will bring them together. The war will tear them apart. Is it possible to live an entire lifetime in 8 short days? So this is historical fiction. Definitely sounds like romance. Hopefully a happy ending, but I can't guarantee that. I don't know. The Blossom and the Firefly by Sherry L. Smith. So that's what I've got today. That's what we're adding to the collection. If any of them look good to you, feel free to stop in, pick them up, put them on hold in the catalog. Give me a call, however you want to do it, to get them. And I will Be back as soon as I get more new books to share with you. Have a great day. Oh, sorry. I'm not speaking very well today. Have a great day.